If my doctor's name was House, I would want to know his first name before he does any surgery on me. What if it's haunted? First name haunted, last name House. Prescribe that patient bites from mouse. Do you not like 21 Pilots? The fact that you took the time to put the slashes in the O's tells me that this is probably not a conversation we should have. Guess you could say the answer might leave them stressed out. Goes to egg your house, but I find out you're vegan, so I 1/4 cup of unsweetened applesauce your house instead. Okay, I hear you, but that's not going to work. As always, when you're thinking of vegan egg substitutes, it's important to think about the purpose of the egg in your recipe. Eggs are used in this recipe because they smell gross and don't come off easy, due to their tendency to harden or cook in the sun. This is not a situation for applesauce, which will come off in a light rain. While unconventional, the substitute you're looking for here is sourdough starter. It's goopy, it smells atrocious in the hot sun, and it'll harden onto the walls like cement. If you try to get it off with water, you'll just end up with a sticky dough. Just make sure to respectfully ask your target if they have a gluten allergy before doing this. We want to trade one evil for another. I think some of you don't like narratives or stories or characters. I think you just like fanfiction tropes. Like, protagonists can and will be sexist, racist, insensitive, cruel, stupid, etc., especially towards the beginning of a story. These are called character flaws, and they are a surprise tool that will lead to a narrative fulfillment later. And sometimes narrative fulfillment doesn't mean the character overcomes their flaws or even the anti-hero is punished for their flaws. Sometimes it means the narrative says, "Wow, was that fucked up or what?" Anyway, I'm Rod Sterling. Also, just a friendly reminder, sometimes your protagonist of the story is not always the good guy. Sometimes they're just the sick son of a bitch we're following the story along with. You know, every character you're obsessed with started as an OC in someone's brain. I mean, yeah, if they're the creator of the game or the show or the story, that's their character. That is their OC. That's not an eye-opener. That's just real. Can I get to know you more? No, you may not. Today I learned goats have accents and can't understand goats from foreign countries because their accents are different. I can't believe God divided goats also. What did they do? Well, Tumblr user Brand's Wrath, how much do you know about Christianity symbolism? Ugh, it's been a long week. Someone pass me an image of the character. Hand over the blowbo, now. Mom said it's my turn with the guy from the show. Sorry, I can't get on board with Blorbo. I ride or die with Pookie. I answered an ask earlier today thinking it would do numbers, and by God, the numbers! 7. This only has 0 notes. It's time to invest. Dude, stop bouncing your leg. Bro, it's either this or I start screaming. Pakicho, I was under the impression you were a woman for years. Oh, I must have seemed a radiant goddess in your eyes. Your ego truly is boundless. Thank you so much. So fucking evil, I don't have jagged point cartoon teeth that fit together like triangles. I deserve them. Got that Vivzy Pops dysphoria. Please don't call it that, Preeve. I'm begging you. Sobbing at your feet. Don't ever call it that. How long does your ideal hug last? 38 to 45 minutes? Well, that's really impractical. You said ideal, not realistic. Honestly, we used to have hard rock, but now all we have is metal. What happened? Me in the Bronze Age. Ancient humans when the Stone Age ended and the Bronze Age began. Why do I even bother? I don't know, Tumblr user Charles010. I think it's time to rock them like a hurricane. Like the jukebox hero you deserve to be. New organs coming out soon. Medium intestine, gall kidneys, inferior vena cava, table of contents, semicolon, dire, opposite of liver, and pancreas too. So I showed my mom this, a genuine doctor, and she says that the inferior vena cava is real, so I'm sorry, your post has been canceled, OP. Yeah, well, this one is even more inferior. Just a dog shit vena cava. It sucks, I hate it, give me the real one. Me eating a pile of nuts, cheese, and apple. Tasty. The medieval peasant in my head watching me eat.
Thou knowest what would make us a meal? Dried fruits.
Me getting out the raisins. God damn, Ethelred, you are so right.
Yet thou art not still hearing my words regarding the blasphemy.
Here at RPG Maker, we don't hate our game developers like Unity does. If that's true, then why do you keep mailing me pipe bombs? We hate in a different, more tangible way.
I have fruit polos and lollipops. Be jealous.
Oh my god, do many people not know what fruit polos are? They're heaven! In America, we call them lifesavers. They can be chewy or hard candy. Polos aren't chewy. They also come in mint. This week on Britain Thinks It's Special.
Well, this week on America copies everything from Britain.
Lifesaver Candies was first created in 1912 by Clarence Crane. Polo mints were developed by Roundtrees in 1939. Well. This week on Britain Steals Things from Other Countries.
It's time.
It's not time. It's fucking March. I don't want to see this.
It's time.
My brain is controlled by 2 rats and an earthworm. And I swear to God, I'm about to evict all 3 of them. Is there any hatred stronger than the rage kids get towards Barney the dinosaur as soon as they are just a little too old for Barney the dinosaur? So this guy, Martin Pistorius, fell into a coma when he was 12 years old and eventually woke up completely paralyzed, at least physically. He was misdiagnosed. Doctors believe he was in a completely vegetative state, but in reality, he had regained full consciousness and awareness. He just didn't possess any motor function. So he couldn't communicate to anyone that he was alive in there. He lived this way for 12 years before he overcame it by sheer force of will and was given the tools to communicate. He tells this story in his book, Ghost Boy. Yeah, you might be wondering what this has to do with Barney and the dinosaur. Stay with me. Don't make me get the jingle keys. Hold on. Anyway, the breaking point that incited this plan of escape was being forced to watch Barney reruns all day, every day, at his care center. Sitting in front of the TV, he learned to tell the time by the shadows on the wall. If he had time, he could know when Barney would end. With the ability to measure his days, he was able to pull himself out of the void and ultimately start down the path to recovery. Today, Barney can communicate whatever he wants with the help of a computer program, but there's one thing he can't articulate. I cannot even express to you how much I hated Barney. So it turns out that the primal hatred people have toward Barney is strong enough to pull a disembodied consciousness out of the abyss of existential despair and into the physical world out of pure spite. Do you think the PR Barney tried to spin that around to being like, see, we saved this guy's life? One time I dreamt aliens were really hostile and invading Earth. But nothing related to that was trending on Tumblr because some big fandom stuff had also happened. This is exactly how it would happen. Thinking about when my brother got chat banned from Overwatch and the email they sent him after he tried to appeal, it said, "We don't normally bring up the incriminating messages, but in this case, we feel it's necessary to show you what got you banned." And it was all shit like, "I will kidnap you in the desert and make you forget how to eat." Jesus Christ. Every time I move, I crunch like popcorn. And every time we kiss, I swear I could fly. Something that annoys me is people using Ugly Sonic being redesigned due to the mass outcry as a reason to bully companies into redesigning minor changes that most people won't care about. Take Shrek from Shrek 5. While the design is definitely worse, that's completely subjective, I think it's fine, then the original is recognizable as Shrek, and it's still not bad enough that general audiences will really care about it. What everyone is forgetting is that Ugly Sonic was just so horrible that even general audiences who don't give a focus about Sonic were complaining about how bad the design was, and how it only had vaguely similar design. Sega, who probably have the power to make Paramount redesign Sonic, included. Too Long Didn't Read bullying Paramount into redesigning Sonic only worked because the original Sonic design was so bad that nobody liked it. Also, let me put my tinfoil hat on for a second and just say that the hatred towards the Shrek redesign is like the most industry-planted hatred I have ever seen in my entire goddamn life. There's nothing wrong with it. His eyes are closer, that's it! The fuck is wrong with you people? Toddler was asked to feed the cat.
disappointment.
Today I learned there is a famous stage play and film adaptation called A Streetcar Named Desire, which I discovered by searching up Streetcar Desire due to my deep carnal desire for streetcars.
A deep carnal desire for cars of the streets, you say?
Oh yeah, bad news. I think there's a perverterous sex car in your post. What? Get it off! Get it off! No, I did! Headcanon, Grunkle Stan knew that Gideon wasn't psychic from the moment he called him Stanford. Oh, Alex? Alex? You have... Alex, did you do that? Did you do this on purpose, Alex?